Hello everyone, I know that the video is starting and I am just getting ready to say hello. Welcome to Stitch Along Friday for the Victoria Sampler. This is Thea, as many of you already know, and I'm looking forward to seeing people joining in. I was talking to Petra just a few minutes ago and I said, I have no idea how people join. She told me. So this is good. Good morning, Petra. I see your post. Thank you so much for being there. And for those of you who have just joined, happy 4th of July for most of our American viewers. I hope yesterday was full of celebration and family and relaxation. And also, I was talking to one of my friends, Donna Granger, and she said that there is still a lot of fireworks that people actually set off, even though, in California where she lives, there is an extreme danger of fire. So I hope that nothing has happened and that everyone is safe. That's what I was thinking this morning. I hope things are good for everyone. So happy 4th of July. Oh, there you are, Donna. Good morning from sunny Berkeley. Did you survive? I sure hope so. And Janice, good morning. Sally, so I haven't seen you for a long time, Sally. It's really good to see you. I know I'm waving. I wish I could see you because I haven't talked to you for a while. And then Marty, hello, Leaf Lady. It's very good to see you. I just want you to know the leaves are still here. They are, in a book. So just so you know, they're still preserved. I also am very happy to see that my streaming software is working, and I think I have to kind of figure out why my comments didn't work last time. So I'm going to be working on that, and hopefully I'll be able to use those welcome screens anyway. So, everything takes a little bit of time, in my opinion, to figure out. And all I can do is have fun with you while I'm trying to figure it out, because this is kind of fun. One of the things I look forward to on a Friday morning is to say hello to you all and to get in touch, really. I mean, I see your comments and I immediately either remember you or remember your name for sure. And if you've been here before, I certainly do. And if you haven't, I just really welcome you. Those of you who are possibly new to this stream, feel free to chat or say hello, or don't say anything at all. We're just very happy that you're here. So don't feel any pressure whatsoever to participate unless you want to. And of course, most of the people here are stitchers, so that's what we talk about, obviously. I did want to also not just welcome all of you to our stream, but also recommend that when you are working and thinking about things during the weekend, that you also see that we are a stitching company, and that there are times when we love to explore some of the different stitches, etc. So I'm not sure whether you've seen these, but I really recommend that you look at our Victoria Sampler page on Facebook. Just go to Victoria Sampler within Facebook, and you'll see some absolutely wonderful pictures and examples of stitches that Petra has been putting up. And I'm so grateful, Petra, because different stitches really make a difference to my world. I love cross stitch, and what it can portray is there's nothing like it. They're pixelated pictures, and you just create your whole fantasy world that we love. So those are the basis of our stitching. And then when you add a specialty stitch here or there, it just becomes so interesting for you and also for people who are looking at this. So anyway, I do recommend you go and having a peek at those stitches. Oh, good. Look at lots of people here. Yay. That's great. Hello, Lynn, Ellen. Oh my goodness. And hello to everyone. Marcia Buckingham. Kathy Bird. Oh yes, I bet it is hot there today. In fact, I've got my tropical blouse on. You may remember it from when I was wearing it all the time in Mazatlan. It's really good in the heat, and we actually are up to 26 today Celsius, so don't forget. Celsius is not Fahrenheit, so we're not below freezing. Let's see, Janice, I so want your new drum. I am so Jonas, sorry. I am so happy to hear that. The fact that you mention it, I can just make a quick little reference to what you're saying, which is the Spooky Treats pincushion. I just have a rather badly printed, but still a very nice little leaflet that shows you inside all the things. You know, you have a black and white chart. Yay, not just a, not just a color chart where you have to choose the colors. And we have all the symbols there. We also have a color chart in there. What else do we have? Let's see. Oh, yes. And then we have some small charts there. And look at all the finishing instructions. My goodness. And all of these finishing instructions. So, sorry, I can't show everything. But those finishing instructions, there's 3 pages or more of them. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about this, because the finishing instructions will make the finishing so much easier for you. And this is a flat picture of the design on the back. You get all the materials, and you get, you get the linen that you need, and all the materials are silk. So it's not like you're stitching with DMC. You are learning and enjoying the feel of the silk in the linen. I must say, I am spoiled. I love my silks. So thank you, Jonas, for mentioning it. And now, Tedra. Hello, Ted from Tedra in very hot Phoenix. Oh, yes, I've been waiting for this. I was out at a celebration in the park over by 9 a.m. because of our heat. Oh, made a corn and bean salsa. That's so good. And I had a good time there. Oh, that's just nice. And you've watched fireworks. Wow, really, really amazing that you spent all that time outdoors in that heat. I am really amazed, not just at the fact that you had such a good time, because that sounds like it, but yes, the heat really takes it out of you. So I hope you're staying indoors today and resting up. Dorothy also is pooped. Family day yesterday, a week of prepping food. Oh my, so looking forward to stitching weekend. Oh, that is so good. You had all your family there? Dorothy, that is just like, it's just what I picture when I think of July 4th and all of you American cousins having such a good time. Lisa says, good morning, everyone, sitting outside of my deck this morning. Well, Lisa, that is awesome. And by the way, on your profile, I just saw this picture of your view. I had no idea. You know how we're going to maybe meet this in a week? Maybe I'll come to your house and look at the view. I haven't seen your house yet, so think about that if that's a possibility. Diane Zamudio, hello. Tammy, hello. You're going to your nephew's getting married, and they're having a pool party reception. That is a terrific idea. Obviously, it's going to be warm out, so good for them. So everyone gets in their wedding finery, and then underneath they have their bathing suits on. This is so cool. Hello, Louise Fossa. So good to see you also. Oh, thank you, Petra, for putting a Stitch of the Week page. That's really good, because like I said, it's a page on Facebook just for Victoria Sampler and all of the things that are new and interesting. It was a page that I had not used before, so Petra's been using it, and it's all beautifully laid out. So go and have some fun looking at some of the past posts too. And this feels like temperature's 108. Oh, I don't know how you can stand it. And probably you're all indoors, hopefully not outdoors at 11 o'clock. Like they say, you can't be outdoors after a certain time because it's just asking for trouble. So sending you lots of good vibes. And here we are also in a heat wave, and we're up to 27 degrees Celsius, but not until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right now it is, I think it's 21 degrees or so, which is probably the low 70s. When I hear your heat waves, I remember my time in Mazatlan and how oppressive that can sometimes feel. So sending you lots of good vibes. And Marty says you will not be sorry to order it. A wonderful piece to stitch. Thank you, Marty. And feel free, Marty, to show your piece in the group that you have done, because Marty was in my Stitcher's Hideaway class, which was in last October in 2023. It was my last class that I actually taught, and I traveled from Mazatlan to Connecticut. to teach it. And it was really fun. Lots of people there. I didn't actually teach much, as you may recall, Marty, but I had such a good time with everyone, especially people I had not seen for a long time, including you, Kathy. And so it really made people feel happy to stitch it, because it is very, very, very Halloweeny, and also really fun as a frame piece. As far as I'm concerned, it can easily not be a drum pincushion if that's what you want. Okay, good, Lisa. Thank you. I didn't want to invite myself, but you never know. It could be a really good week to do that in. Karen Lark says, good morning. Very cold here. 2 degrees Celsius, everyone. Morning, and not much more this morning. And that's Australia. I keep thinking of you in always warm country, sometimes too hot, but just warm. To have 2 degrees, Karen, that is really unusual. Do you have heating? She said, not knowing anything. Lisa, I think we're going to up to at least 30 degrees today. It's going to be a warm one. I think maybe it's time to start inaugurating your pool for the summer. Happy to hear you have one there in Port Alberni, Lisa. So what I wanted to also talk about was not just the fact that it is the day after the 4th of July or Independence Day, or there's all sorts of names, etc., and all of your wonderful celebrations. I'm very, very, I'm a little bit jealous, actually. You guys really know how to celebrate as a country. Anyway, we had our Canada Day, and I love that too. And there were fireworks here too, but as usual, we certainly can't come close to the amount of celebration that you Americans do whenever it is your country's birthday. So I did also want to ask you if, let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we're talking about holidays, I had written this down because otherwise it would escape my head. We were talking about holidays. I just had this question of anyone who wants to answer. Like, when you have, like, is there a special holiday that you really love stitching for? Like, you use it as a gift, or you display them, or whatever? Like, I was thinking of you having displays in your home of kind of the Stars and Stripes, or some American colored national proud piece of Americana, I guess I could call it that. And that you would have a little corner of your house that you would actually display your stitching. So if you've done that, it would be interesting. Just say yes, or yeah, we do that. And which holiday is the one that you would stitch with enthusiasm and know that you're going to have a display in your own home? Now I got it all out. You know, these displays that I have seen people do, and sometimes I see a picture of them. So I'll see like a Halloween display of all the various Halloween stitches that you may have stitched, whether it's a Victoria sampler or not. Curious to know whether that's what you do. And if you do, which is your favorite? So that's the question of the week for our stitching group here. And of course, it's also fun for those of you who are watching this on replay. I never forget you, because I know that there is a certain amount of viewers here, of course, and there will be more as time goes on and things become a little more heated here at the Victoria Sampler. But for now, it's really fun to be able to explore that question. Do you have a display at holiday time of your stitching that's concentrated on that holiday? And also, which one is the one that you like the most? This is the one that you really focus on. And I'm going to start looking at some of your answers, because, let's see. I love stitching for Christmas. Okay, so, and you must have a display at Christmas. I mean, we all do have some little display. We could have a tree. But you know, stitchers are really amazing. They make like scenes all over their house. I have a really good friend whose scenes I often have admired from afar, and you have no idea what she can do. So I'm imagining all of you doing the same or something similar. So let's see. Christmas and Halloween, says Louise Fausa. Thank you. And Jonas, thank you also. Isn't that interesting? Diane says, yes, Christmas, but each season too. Oh, you like seasonal displays. so that you might have a Halloween display, but it's because of the autumn season, or you might have a Christmas because it's for winter, that kind of thing. Maybe a little interactive that way. Or sorry, like overlapping. Sorry, I didn't mean interactive. Thank you, Diane. That's really interesting. I really like that. And Jonas, I have your nativity sampler and I want to get it started. It's such a perfect one for Christmas, and it really does tell the story. So thank you for sharing that, and I look forward to seeing some progress on our group there, and maybe you can share a little picture once in a while of your progress. Ellen says, Christmas stitching is my favorite. Thank you. And Diane says, I decorate seasonally. So this is the second time about seasons, which is interesting. And Donna, the third time. I do seasonal displays, but Christmas is my favorite. Well, I think I got quite a bit of, not just information, but an insight into why you stitch. Not only that, what's your favorite type of stitching? Christmas seems to be the top holiday, and doing seasonal displays seems to be part of what we stitchers tend to gravitate towards. And of course, they can be on your wall. It can be on a mantelpiece, right? It can be anywhere. And what I was going to feature today was the, I think it's called the Beach Cottage, which is a pattern and happens to be on sale. Petra and I did not collude in this, but she said, yeah, go and have a look at our sale. Our sale is fabulous. It has to do, the theme of the sale has to do with, of course, summertime and traveling throughout is one of the things that we tend to do during the July and August months. So this is our theme this month. And I think what she had thought would be really interesting in the sale was to include relatively popular items, but these are items that have small pieces in them. So you can take one of the small pieces and take that with you to stitch. In other words, you're taking small projects with you if you're going to be traveling, and kitting up those small projects, even from projects that are shown in the pattern as being rather big. You can take a small piece out of that, kit it up, and take it with you and get part of your pattern done. And so those things are all on sale, 20% off. Yay! Go and look at the on sale menu item on our website. Okay, don't want you to forget. Let's see what else people are saying. I love that. I do seasonal displays, but Christmas is my favorite. Honestly, Donna, that is that's the answer. Tedra says, I decorate seasonally as well. Lots of patriotic, that's the word I was stretching for. Thank you. Things out from beginning of May until Labor Day weekend, and then I pull out fall and Halloween, etc. That's interesting. So there is a fair bit of your patriotic stitching that's out, and obviously a setting for your stitching prowess, right? You focus on it. That's really good. Okay, and Marcia Buckingham says, I do seasonal displays on part of one wall and do most holidays. I probably have the most for Halloween. Really? You love stitching for Halloween? Well, that's not, that is unusual for me to hear, because I often hear Christmas, but not as much for that. That's the favorite one, and it seems like you have lots for Halloween. I love Halloween also. I haven't done as much designing for Halloween, but I'm making up for it with this one, the one we were just talking about, which is the spooky treats. And it is, let's see, it says trick or treat, give us something good to eat. And really, when I was teaching this, one of our group, I think it was Sue herself of Stitcher's Hideaway, she said trick or treat, and then on her design, she changed the words trick or treat, the second trick or treat, she changed them for smell my feet. I don't know if you remember that as a kid, that was something that people chanted when they were out trick or treating. So anyway, she put that in there and everybody laughed. Of course, she's so cute and so humorous. So you can do that if you want. You can find the alphabet inside and change that wording. There is enough room, because I helped her do it and I remember seeing it. Marty stitched for all seasons and holidays. Wow. Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. And you do have more Christmas. Okay, well, that's interesting. Yes, I agree. I think that we just can't put everything out. When we've been stitching for any length of time, we have a number of things that we would like to display, but you really do need to display them at your holiday time, right? And then put them away carefully. I have a garage full of these drawers, these plastic drawers, and things that are bulky go in there. And then I have large plastic bins, and that's where all of the frame pieces are in. And I find that having stored them that way, don't forget, I have all, all the stitching of all the patterns on that Victoria Sampler actually has on the website. So it's quite a challenge to get them all together. Yes, I love Halloween also, says Sally Savaglio. Marcia Buckingham says, I make 18 Christmas ornaments every year for family. So you don't get much Christmas for yourself, but obviously they really love your ornaments. And doing ornaments is a small project also. Those can also be kitted up for travel. Really good idea to take small projects with you, so it's not too daunting and not too complicated either, unless you're planning on spending a lot of time alone, you know, on the beach or in your hotel room, and then you can sort of focus. But I've noticed that as I travel, lighting is one of the more difficult things. So having a piece that you can stitch easily, maybe on the beach, maybe in a park, maybe in your UV, sorry, not your UV, you know, your camper or your tent. Petra says there are a few travel themed patterns on the site, and the rest are pieces that can be stitched to use in a kit, like pin cushions, scissor keeps, pockets, etc. Thank you, Petra. I'm really glad to hear your description of the sale. So now I want to come to the featured pattern. It's not like it's unknown to all of you. It is also on sale. It's called Beach Cottage. Now the Beach Cottage, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the Beach Cottage here, it looks a little bit pale in my picture here, but remember, this is quite vividly colored in general. The lighting in my office is not all that great. However, when you see the Beach Cottage and all the details that are in it, you can understand why I absolutely love doing this. As my first part of this 4-part series, and this is seasonal. So there's a little starfish there in the sand and the sun, and it says, dreams are made of sand and sun. And there is you lying around drinking a Mai Tai. He's drinking a beer, I think. There's some sailboats, etc. And these, this is part of, and look at this beautiful vine going up, the roses up on the side, the really cute weather vane. I love this chair. It looks so relaxing and comforting. And here's someone sitting outside reading. So remember, it's quite vivid. This picture doesn't show the colors as well as I would have liked. However, there is a little known part of this seasonal grouping, and you may not notice this at all because each pattern had its own. Let's see if I've got all the patterns. Yes, I do. I went and rescued them. I've got all the patterns. Here's the one that we were just looking at. Dreams are made of sand and sun. And then I think the next one, yep, is Cherry Blossoms, Spring's Begun. And then there's this one, Wintry Days Brings Snow and Fun. And finally, there's this one, Picking Pumpkins, Harvest Done. As you can see, it's the little phrases are rhyming and all of them go together if you want as this seasonal display completely separately. And the other thing that you can do with it, and I printed some out so that you can see the effect. This is how I envisioned it. So you can see the printing are all around the outside. And you can actually stitch these all on one sheet or one piece of fabric. And all the stitching goes all the way around, all around the outside, and forms what you would call a verse. And you can start anywhere. Cherry Blossom, Spring's Begun, picking pumpkins. I mean, it doesn't matter where you exactly start with the words, but you can see this is just such a fun concept for the beach cottage, and the beach cottage started it all off for me. I love this printing along the side as well. Now, if you don't want to do the printing, no problem. You can still just do the cottages. I wanted to focus on it because from my point of view, I love having something intricate and a plan for the whole thing. And for me, doing just one cottage by the beach just for summer didn't just like, okay, can't we do more? Because I loved it so much. So these other ones, as you can see, they go really well together, and they're completely different from one another, but they are all by the water, sitting where there's water in behind. And that water, it doesn't have to be an ocean. It can be a lake. It can be the other side of the river, wherever you are. So I hope that you enjoy seeing the way that I looked at the beach cottage, which is, I believe the beach cottage is definitely on sale. I'm not sure whether the others are, but that's our featured pattern of the week. Thank you so much, Diane. Yes, I love this to see how the cottages would look also. I know that these pictures are actually not that great because this one's bigger, this one's smaller. I don't know, because I took them from the front covers, printed them, and then cut them out to give you the idea of what it would look like. But of course, it would be much more, the same. They are exactly the same size, each one. So if you put them on one piece of fabric, they will be the same size. You don't have to separately frame them. And to me, putting them all on sale, putting them all together in one frame was what I had in mind at first. But I thought, I don't know whether people want to buy them all together in one pattern. So we put them all in separate patterns, and there is enough stitching in each pattern for you to really thoroughly enjoy it. And if you decide to do the others, well, make sure that you have enough fabric to cover them all. Okay, good. Looks great all together, says Karen. Absolutely. Thank you. So let's see. I think that was the end of the show and tell. I do have another one here that I think is lovely, but I'm not sure if that wouldn't take away from our featured pattern. So first of all, you can tell me in a minute if you want to see another one that is featured. I'm going to just check and see. Okay, I have to not look up my angel cards. Thank you. Because I know Dorothy's waiting. And Dorothy was the one, I think, you were the one who kept asking for the angel cards. And I think there's something magical about these. Okay, rejoice and celebrate. Well, I think that is something we can do every day. But if you are in the United States, you can celebrate even more than you already are. I think we can all rejoice, however, and every day to me is an occasion for rejoicing if we can only see what we are blessed with. Yes, there are difficulties. Believe me, I know them. But if we can just remember that we have so much also to be grateful for. Think of one thing to be grateful for, and suddenly you're in the camp of the joyful one, of the rejoicer. So rejoice and celebrate your life and the good things that are in it. And try not to dwell too much on the negativity. If for some reason that appeals to me, I don't know if that helps anyone else. Just so you all know, I've been working really hard as a separate thing and a very personal thing to re-establish my relationship with certain foods. And I'm succeeding, and the things that are happening for me because of my awareness of what it actually is about, I'm actually feeling pretty better than I have for a long time. So I just want you to know that personally, there has been some wonderful personal growth for me, and looking at the bright side is one of those things. It really helps. Aw, thank you. Yeah, isn't it funny? I agreed now, Lisa. Unbelievable. Sally, grandkids are coming this weekend. I bet you're ready to get ready and make the cookies or whatever else you have to do with your family. I'm wishing you all the best for that. And I think that we don't have enough time right now to do the other feature, but I'm going to wait until next week and show you that feature then. It's also very interesting. So I hope that you enjoy the beach cottage and the possibility of turning it all into one piece, and also that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Those of you who are not in the United States, please also have a wonderful rest of your Friday. And then there's Saturday and Sunday if you're not working. Relax, enjoy, and count your blessings, because there's many of them if you think about it. Okay, take care of yourselves. Okay, I'm going to do an end screen this time, which will be really interesting. I'll see if it works. Perhaps all of my comments will disappear, but I'm going to try, instead of doing a beginning screen, I'm now doing an end screen, and I'm going to say a few more words to see if I actually can hear myself talk while the end screen is on, okay? Here comes the end screen. I'm so glad you're rejoicing. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay, bye-bye, and here's the end screen. There, if you can see this and you can hear me, then the end screen is working perfectly. Okay, thanks very much for hanging in there and for allowing me this little experiment. Happy weekend. Bye-bye now.